to another episode of the Decades Legacy Challenge. And if you are new to the channel, thanks so much for joining. My name is Misty, and if you are not part of the Raven family, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can join the clan. We would love to have you. And if you hit that notification bell, it's going to notify you when new things go live on the channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and get started with the story. So as you can see, Gemma here is just getting herself a little bit of rest, and we are just going to go ahead and get these toddlers their needs up. We've got a broken sink. Things are a little bit in disarray here. Everybody is really not in a very good place. Their needs are a little bit on the rough end of the side of things. Everyone is a little bit tired, a little bit hungry. The place is kind of falling apart. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it is 6 o'clock in the morning. The toddlers need to head off to daycare. The babies are awake. Everyone is just a little bit on the shattered end of side of things. So Liam's trying to get himself a little bit of a power nap. When he's done with that, we'll get him up, we'll let him go to the washroom, and he'll fix that sink. We're going to go ahead and let Lindsay here get herself a bite to eat. Norma went ahead and went to daycare. We do have the babies that are upstairs. One of them is asleep, the other one is awake. So hopefully Gemma will be able to get a little bit of rest before they wake up crying, wanting to be fed or changed. And once Lindsay has gotten something in her belly, we will get her to go ahead and head off to daycare herself. And then hopefully things will kind of work themselves out as far as the needs go. Look at her. She's like, okay, these vegetable dumplings that Mom made are pretty scrumptious. They're hitting the spot. That was exactly what I needed. So she's just eating these up. She's loving life. And then she's going to head off to daycare. She probably doesn't want to go to daycare. What she really wants to do is go have herself a nap upstairs in her bed. But she does need to go ahead and go to school because, you know, that's just the way it is. So Liam's up here just giving himself a little bit of a hand washing after going to the washroom. And then I'm going to have him go downstairs and repair that broken sink because it's not going to repair itself. And of course, we have little Joseph upstairs that's needing to be fed. And Booker as well is also needing a feed. So Gemma's going to come upstairs and take care of the twins, and then tomorrow is their birthday. So in this stream, we are going to see our boys aging up into toddlers. They really, really do grow up really fast. I can't believe that they're already aging up into toddlers, but here we are. Already they're growing up, and that time just seemed to fly by, and she's just giving them a little bit of love and taking care of their needs because that's what mommies have to do. And she's so tired. She's not getting enough rest, not with having 2 twin toddlers and now 2 twin newborns. I mean, this life of having twins is really, really rough. But if you think about it, Cora had 6 sets of twins. 6. She's only got 2 sets of twins. So I don't want to hear it, Gemma. I really don't want to hear it. If Cora can do this 6 times, you can do this twice. You can do it. So she's just taking care of them, and then once she's done taking care of them, I'll probably let her go ahead and go back downstairs and get herself a little bit of a nap, and we will check in on Liam and see what he's up to. I don't know, he'll probably want to come up and love on his boys as well, just because we do know that he is definitely a family man and he likes to be around his children, and he absolutely loves being a dad. He just can't wait for it. Oh, nope, he's not going to have time to do that. He's actually going to have to go into work within the next hour. So as soon as he gets done repairing that sink downstairs, he'll have to clean up the mess a little bit, and then he's going to instantly have to go ahead and go into work. So we'll get him to clean this mess up that was created from repairing that, and then he'll go on into work. He's not going to have time to go love on the boys until after he gets back. But he's just going to help clean up a little bit. He's not going to leave that mess for Gemma because, well, we also know that Liam doesn't like a messy house. He can't stand it, actually.
Yep.
And she's just having herself a little bit of a nap because she knows that as soon as everybody's awake and the toddlers are back home, she's going to have her hands full. So when the babies sleep, she sleeps. That is the rule. When your babies sleep, mom sleeps. Period. End of the story. That's just what happens. So Liam's just trying to help around the house as much as he can before he has to go into his shift. And we love him for that because honestly, if it wasn't for Liam helping out, I don't know that this house would run as smoothly as it does, because it is difficult being a mom of so many babies so close together and twins. Like, this family is cursed for twins. And his friend Dave is calling saying, "Hey Liam, I've been thinking about getting to know Monica." And he's like, "Yeah, you should totally do that. Friends are good to have." So he is just going to do a little bit of this wash here, and then it's time for him to go ahead and go into his shift. One good thing about Liam is it doesn't take him long to get the clothes washed. He does have his fitness up well enough to where he can wash them pretty quickly, and it doesn't take him long. So that is a good time, efficient task for him. So as soon as he gets done with that, we'll get him to hang those clothes up on the line, and then he's going to have to head off into work. He's already missed his window. He is running a little bit late. Oh, but he is getting a call from Matilda, so he's just going to go ahead and take his sister's call. So Matilda's calling, and she's like, "Hey, brother, how are you? I haven't heard from you in a while." And he's like, "I'm doing well. I'm just actually finishing up some things around the house. I'm about to head on to work." And so he is just going ahead and checking on a couple of last minute things around the house here. He is collecting the honey and putting some stuff in, and then taking a quick phone call from Rose, and then he's going to head on into work. And once again, he has been attacked by the bloody bees. Liam, I really think that you need to go ahead, though, and head into work. You are extremely late, so finish up your phone call there and get yourself to work, sir. And meanwhile, in the kitchen here, Gemma is just going to go ahead and she's going to get some things cooking in the kitchen. She's going to serve some brunch. That way, when the girls get home from daycare, there will be something ready for them to eat, because we know that they're going to come home and they're going to want something to eat after their long day at school. So she's just going to go ahead and serve up a little bit of fruit salad, and then she can get some things cleaned up, and she'll need to go upstairs and take care of little Booker because he is crying, as little babies do. Once little Booker is taken care of, then she can come down and practice on the piano for a little bit, because she hasn't really done anything for herself in a little bit because she's been dealing with the children for so long. And I do think that she would need a little bit of time just to do something fun with her time, because, you know, she does need a little bit of mommy time, or, well, Gemma time, and not mommy time. You know, moms sometimes really want to not lose their own identity. We get so caught up in taking care of our children that we sometimes forget to take care of ourselves. And sometimes we can lose our own identity in our kids. So I want to make sure that she's able to do things that she loves as Gemma. So we'll let her go ahead and take care of the little one here, and then she's going to go down and do something that she loves for herself, and that is play the piano. So we're going to let her play the piano for a little while. That will help get her fun up, and it's just something that she likes to do just for herself. So we're going to let her do that for a little while, and she's just going to practice the playing, because we know that Gemma loves playing the music, and even though she's not maybe the best in the world, she's only at piano level 3, we do know that she absolutely loves music of all types, and it makes her extremely happy. And so we definitely want her to have a sense of her own identity and outside of the children. So as you can see, Lindsay has arrived home from daycare, and she's just going to come on in here and watch her mom play the piano. So she does want to watch and just see like what mom's up to. So she's going to do that. Norma hasn't quite yet made it back home from school yet, but Lindsay's like, "Oh, what's mom doing? That sounds beautiful." So she's just gonna come toddle on in here and watch Mom play the piano for a little bit because she's just really intrigued by whatever Mom's doing. It's like, oh, that's so pretty, Mom. I love it. I just really love it. And then she's gonna go ahead and go on upstairs and play with her dollhouse. She's so precious. And Norma has now returned back home from school, and she is really, really sad because she's extremely dirty. So we're gonna go ahead and get Gemma to stop playing her piano, and it's time for her to be Mom again. She's gonna come on out here and grab Norma up, and we're going to get her to give Norma a bath. She's like, come on, sweet girl, let's go ahead and get you all cleaned up. You've had a long day at school, I can see. She's like, yes, Mama, I did. She's like, well, we'll put you in the bathtub and we'll get you all clean and everything will be okay. And she's like, okay, Mama. So she's going to take her upstairs and get her in the bathtub and get her all nice and clean. Meanwhile, the babies are crying because they are also dirty and need their nappies changed. But first things first, we're going to get this toddler cleaned up, and then Gemma can go ahead and take care of the little babies. There's only one of her, and so there's only so much she can do. But little Joseph does have a dirty nappy and will need to be changed as well. So as soon as she's done washing up Norma, we'll go ahead and get Joseph changed as well. And poor little Lindsay is in there wanting to take a little sleep, but she can't because Joseph is screaming his bloody head off. And so that's making her really, really angry and tense. But, there's nothing we can do about that. Unfortunately, the children all share a room because we have the one room for their sleep and we have the one room for their play. So we'll go ahead and get them changed here, and we'll get them fed, and we'll take care of their needs here. They're keeping up the toddlers, and the toddlers are really, really unhappy about it. She's like, okay, it's fine, Joseph. We've got them both crying. They're both upset. We've got 4 very unhappy children. We've got 2 babies that are hungry. We've got 2 toddlers that are tired. We've got poor Gemma who's all by herself because Liam is at work, and she's just thinking to herself, how did I get so outnumbered? But this is her life, and she does love her life. She does love her children. I think she's just like, what am I gonna do? Like, oh my gosh, and soon they're all 4 going to be toddlers, and she's gonna have 4 toddlers that she's going to be contending with. And I think she's thinking to herself, how in the world did Liam's mother do this? Like, how? But she's not understanding that Frederick didn't have a job outside of the house because they were farmers. So Frederick was available to help Cora, and he was very much into helping Cora with the children, and he worked here at the house. So he was always around, whereas Liam works outside of the home, and so Gemma is doing it really all by herself. I mean, yes, Liam's around, but he leaves every day to go to his job. So she's really doing the majority of the raising of the children by herself. Whereas Cora did have a lot of help with the children from Frederick. She really did. So it is a little different for Gemma than it was for Cora. Cora had a lot of help in Frederick. He was very, very attentive. Not to say that Liam isn't attentive, because when Liam is here, he's very, very much on top of things where his children are concerned. But, he's gone for majority of the day. He's only around really in the evenings. So, okay, so our toddlers are finally able to get themselves into bed for a little bit of a nap now that Mom's gotten the babies to shush. And everyone is fast asleep. She is just going to go ahead and go down to bed herself. It's about 6:30 at night. Everyone is very, very tired. So she's going to get herself into bed. And nope, never mind. Booker's up crying with a dirty diaper. So we're going to head right back upstairs because he has woken the entire upstairs because he's crying. Both of the toddlers are now back awake. The poor things can't catch a break to save their lives. Mom is like, oh my goodness, these babies just will not stop crying. That's all they do is cry. The girls were never this hard. What is the deal? So she has finally gotten Booker to calm down. Lindsay's like, I just want to go to sleep. So back into bed she goes. Norma is like, what is the deal, Mom? Don't you know we're trying to sleep? That's all we want is to sleep. So she's like, okay, well then go on to bed. Get yourself back into bed. And she's like, do you want me to put you to bed? And she's like, look, if you don't let me get some sleep, you know I'm just going to have to paint the floor. And Dad hates it when I do that. And she's like, no, we're not going to be doing any of that. And she's like, I'm going to make a mess. No, we won't be making any messes. Let's go ahead and we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to change Joseph and then we'll tuck you into bed, okay? And she's like, I just need sleep. I need peace and quiet, Mom. And she's like, it's always so loud. Don't you know that we just can't deal with these babies crying all the time? She's like, it'll be okay. It'll be okay, Norma. Okay? Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to put Norma to bed. Lindsay, you get back into bed yourself. Alright, let's tuck Norma in. Let her go to sleep. Lindsay's like, alright, if it's finally actually bedtime, I'm going to tuck myself in. I don't need anyone's help. I can do this myself. Alright, everyone is going fast to sleep. Hopefully, this is actually going to work out. It looks like Liam is up. Oh, Gemma's going to go to bed. Liam's going to come up here and finally get a little bit of time with his boys. It is 9:30 p.m. and he's just like coming up here to love on them because they are awake. He doesn't want them waking up the girls. So he's just going to rock them and cuddle them and give them a little bit of attention so that they don't start crying. And he's just like, I haven't been able to spend any really good quality time with them because I've been away all day long at work. So while everyone's asleep, all of the girls are asleep, the boys are just spending some nice quality time together. He's cooing at them and loving them, letting them know how much he loves them, and just being an all-around decent dad. You know, he's just being a good guy. Seeing him interact with the boys is quite precious, if I do say so myself. It's like, oh, Booker, you're such a good boy. I heard you were giving your mom a hard time today. Yes, I did. She said you were crying, crying, crying. Booker's like, you can't prove it. Look how much of an angel I am. Yes, you're an angel. Till you're screaming your head off. Alright. And it does say that it's almost Booker and Joseph's birthday, and that is because they do age up in the morning. And so he is just going to go ahead and get himself something to drink here, and then he's going to get himself a bath. And once he's done with his bath, we're going to let him clean up this mess in the bathroom. It is pretty late, but as you can see, Lindsay's up. She does need to go ahead and get herself to the washroom. So we're going to let her go to the potty, and everyone else is awake as well. Both of the twins are up. The only girls that are still asleep is Gemma and Norma. He's just sitting here thinking to himself, how did I get to be so lucky? I'm so lucky to have such a beautiful family. I really am. Gemma is like starving to death, so she's decided to get up in the middle of the night and have herself some cake. I don't know what it is with Sims and cake, but we all know that they absolutely love themselves some cake. So once she's done having herself this slice of cake, I'm going to have her clean up a little bit, and then she's going to go ahead and make some breakfast. And we have some dirty nappies. So while she's cooking some food for everyone to eat, he's going to go ahead and tend to the boys. It is in the middle of the night, but their energy seems to be okay, so they're just working together here. He's going to deal with the babies, give her a little bit of break while she's cooking. let her kind of get a little bit of, you know, time away from the children screaming, because she's with the children screaming all day long. So he's like, honey, you just go in there and just kind of be in your element in the kitchen, and I'll deal with the children. It'll be fine. And meanwhile, we've got little Lindsay here just following Dad around. And he's like, honey, I don't know what you're doing following me around. But we have another little one upstairs screaming, so he's got to go right back upstairs and tend to the other one. And he's like, oh my goodness, is this what she deals with all day long? No wonder she's exhausted. If it's not one, it's the other one. And yeah, this is exactly what she deals with all day long. No, they're not hungry, honey. They've got dirty nappies on. So we'll go ahead and change them. She's just finishing up making a little bit of this taco casserole here. And now she is going to go ahead and she's going to clean up her mess that she created. So she's just cleaning up, and then she's going to call everyone to come down and grab a meal. And it does look like we do have some babies that are about to be aging up soon. With all of this crying, we're going to go ahead and age up our little ones and let them go ahead and become toddlers. And then we will give them their makeovers. And she's going to go ahead and get herself a bath because she is needing a bath. So let's go ahead and age up Booker first. Okay, so Booker has aged up, and he got the traits of inquisitive. Curious explorers, the toddlers gain thinking skills slightly faster. They are happiest when learning something, and sad if they haven't learned anything lately. And imaginative. These toddlers build imagination skill quickly. They are playful when using the skill and regain fun from it. All right. So we have our first baby aged up to a toddler. And then as soon as we age up Joseph, then we will hop into Cass and we will give them their much needed makeovers. So let's go ahead and age up Joseph here. And Joseph aged up and he got talkative. These toddlers can't stop babbling and they build communication skill quickly. They are energetic when using the skill and regain fun need from it. And he also got imaginative. So that's awesome. And they both have really crazy CC on right now, but we will definitely jump into Cass and give them their makeovers. And so I will hop into Cass. I won't show you the makeover, but I will show you what they look like when we are done with that. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so this is what they look like. This is Booker after his makeover, and this is what he turned out to look like. And let's go ahead and look at his outfits. This is his everyday and formal, sleep, party, his swimwear, hot weather, and his cold weather. And then for his twin brother Joseph, this is what he looks like. And then for his outfits, this is his everyday. And then for his party and sleep, party, swimwear, hot weather, and cold weather. All right, and let's go ahead and hop back into the game. And now that we have ourselves 4 toddlers, I am going to need to go ahead and revamp their space a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump into build mode and we will redecorate their space. So let's get to it. So for this portion, I wanted to give them a bunch of, well, not a bunch of, but I wanted to give them bunk beds. So I am just looking through my build and buy to find them some bunk beds so that the children could have bunk beds in their toddler area. And so I will be getting rid of the cribs and the toddler beds that were currently in the position of the toddler room. And we will be giving both of them, or all 4 of them, bunk beds. And then we will make sure that they have a couple of high chairs and that there is enough space for them to be able to move around in their area here. So that is what I'm doing here, is just looking for their bunk beds so that we can give them the bunk beds. I'll move the banjo out of the way, and I did want it to feel natural, so I am going to go with a wood tone, obviously, instead of the white. So I'll start out as white just because that's the default. Then you're going to see me go ahead and change that over to a wood tone color so that it does mesh with the aesthetic of the rest of the home, because things are wood toned throughout majority of the home here. So we are just going to put both of the toddler beds here on this wall. I just felt like that kind of was the best place for it, and then they have kind of more of an open floor plan there from there. I don't necessarily need them to have a whole lot of things in this room other than the beds, because they do have their playroom. So I just do add another high chair to this room so that there is an extra seat for them to have another high chair to feed. Even though I can't stand the high chairs, I do go ahead and add an extra one just in the event that they want to have 2 high chairs up here to feed the children in. And then also I put an extra potty in the bathroom for them, and then I make sure that the girls' beds are on top and the boys' beds are on the bottom here. And then this toddler room is actually complete after doing that. But I do think I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. This seems like a good place to go ahead and leave it off. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are not part of the Raven family. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. And if you want, you can leave me a comment. I do read all of your comments. I love hearing from you and hearing what you think of the episodes and of the family. Let me know what you think of the kids' makeovers and what you think of the family and how Gemma's doing right now with the toddlers, and the fact that she's now going to have 4 toddlers in the house. And I am going to go ahead and fly for now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, Ravens.